The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask is a game that will suck you into its world and never let you go. This game is so special because of its immersive atmosphere. Majora's Mask is a dark, creepy, and emotional game. This moon is going to crash in 3 days, death is constantly hanging over you, and it's the main theme of this children's game. Originally released on the Nintendo 64 in 2000 and rebuilt from the ground up on the 3DS in 2015, the 3DS version has better graphics, 2 new fishing holes, an improved bomber's notebook, and a much more simplified saving system. The Song of Double Time will now let you choose the specific hour you want to travel to. In the original version, you could only fast forward by 6 hours every time you played the song. The boss fights have been reworked completely, and they all have a weak point you have to expose now in order to do damage. So one of the more controversial changes in the 3DS version is Zora Link swimming. So now when you hold A, you swim really slowly, and to boost you have to use some of your magic meter. I understand why people are frustrated about this. One of the funnest parts of the original game was being in the Great Bay swimming around as Zora Link really fast. I think they changed this because in the original game, a lot of people were having problems navigating in tight, closed, cramped spaces, and they were running into crap all the time. Personally, I think that was part of the fun, was learning from my mistakes and understanding how the controls worked. But if you do want a solution, you can always buy Chateau Romani and get unlimited magic. But despite that, the 3DS version of this game holds up so well today with all of the quality of life changes they added to it. It's definitely the best version of the game. Majora's Mask is the direct sequel to The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. The nice thing is that this can be your first Zelda game in the entire series, although I highly recommend beating Ocarina of Time before you start this, just so you can fully appreciate it. The story and the world are by far the best parts of this game. The story is very easy to follow. At the end of Ocarina of Time, Link's fairy disappears. You start the game searching in these woods. Link ends up getting attacked by Skull Kid, who steals Epona and the Ocarina of Time. Link chases after him and falls into the world of Termina, which is theorized to be an alternate Hyrule. So this game has created a lot of fan theories. Many people think that the moment Link is falling, he's actually falling to his death, and the world of Termina is purgatory. So Link wakes up, and Skull Kid tells you that he got rid of Epona, and then he transforms Link into a Deku Scrub and leaves him there with Tattle. You encounter the creepy masked salesman who tells you that he can transform Link back to his human form. Some people believe that his character was influenced by Shigeru Miyamoto, because if you look at the back on his backpack, you can see a Mario mask, and they kind of look similar too. You need to get the Ocarina back before the masked salesman leaves in 3 days. So when you get the Ocarina back from Skull Kid, you can't stop the moon from falling, and you have a flashback of Princess Zelda teaching you the Song of Time. You rewind time back to the first day, and you set off to the 4 temples in Termina to summon the giants to hold up the moon. This game has so many tear-jerking moments that make you feel really good because you were the only one that could fix the problem. There is a little girl that lives in this house in Akana Canyon. The entire canyon is cursed, and the house is surrounded by Gibdo, and she refuses to come out. Once you get the water flowing in the area, the house will play music which will make the Gibdo disappear. She will come out of her house and explore the area. When you finally sneak into the house and open up the closet at the bottom, this is what happens. Her father was a scientist that specializes in paranormal activity and was researching what was going on with the curse in the area. One day he went down the well to do some research on the Gibdo. He became cursed, and slowly he started transforming into a Gibdo. This small child was keeping her father locked away for both of their safety. In some video games, side quests can be really boring. The side quests are really fun because it gives you an understanding of what the people of Termina are going through day to day. You really learn a lot more about the characters. It really makes it worth doing each side quest, and the rewards are for the most part always great. My favorite side quest is the one at Romani's ranch. Romani says that aliens come once a year to abduct their cows. Of course, her older sister does not believe her, so she asks you to help her protect the cows. If you succeed, you get a bottle of milk, but if you fail, Romani gets abducted and doesn't come back until the following day, and she kind of seems out of it. She even has trouble remembering what she was practicing for. It's just really an uncomfortable thought that a little girl got abducted by aliens and comes back completely different. The 4 dungeons in Majora's Mask are easily some of the best in the series. However, most fans agree that Stone Tower Temple is the best dungeon in the entire game. You need to use all 3 of the transformation masks and Link in his regular form to solve all of the puzzles. You can also flip the entire temple upside down, and you get the mirror shield, which has a very disturbing design, and then you get the Giant's Mask for the boss fight. I think it's mind-blowing that this game was made in 1 year. The director of the game was asked to make an expansion to Ocarina of Time with new quests and new dungeons. He never wanted to do it because he thought he made the absolute best dungeons possible for Ocarina at the time. He really didn't want to impose on his own work. So instead of making an expansion to Ocarina of Time, he asked Shigeru Miyamoto if he could make a sequel. Miyamoto agreed, but he told him that he had 1 year to make the game. The team reused a lot of the assets and character models from Ocarina to cut down on development time. This is also one of the reasons that the 3-day time cycle was introduced. Originally, they were going to do a 7-day time cycle, but the team agreed that it would be too much work for 7 days, so they decided to go with 3 instead. They knew they could not make a world the size of Ocarina, so they wanted a smaller world with events going on each day that would make it feel alive and be much more controllable for the team. The whole team was stressed about their 1-year time limit, and at times they felt that their deadline would come crashing down on them. The stress that they went through is communicated beautifully through the gameplay. There honestly is no other game like Majora's Mask. It stands out even compared to other Zelda games in the series. It is a must-buy for the Nintendo 3DS, and it is one of my favorite games of all time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please make sure to hit that like button, comment down below with your favorite moment in Majora's Mask, share the video, and please consider subscribing. Have a good one, guys.